Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of NEO Scavenger. This is Kernel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to hang out with me as we continue towards the ATN Enclave up north. Right now we're just getting out of Zomzoms after last episodes. It didn't go so well because we ended up eating what we think was human meat, and as we sleep something approaches. Hopefully I'll be able to spot whatever it is before they attack us. We're still not in pain, we're still looking, hopefully we are still invisible to them. Let's get up and let's try and go for a blind attack. We don't really know what it is. We miss again. Let's go for another blind attack. That's a stranger. Oh, it's one of these dudes. It's a bad mother, and he's in range. He's got a punch ability. Let's go. Let's see if we can surge him. And there it is. There it is. He is fallen. He can't attack, hopefully, and is bleeding and is unconscious. So let's approach and kick him while he's down. There it is. Kick. Another kick. He's got a concussion, is recovering though, still unconscious. Another kick, and hopefully that will bring him down. Come on. Okay. He had some water, which is good. He didn't steal our stuff, which is also good. And looks like that's about it. He had some mushrooms inside his pants pocket. Let's check our cart. It's falling apart pretty rapidly, which is not nice at all. But let's see. Let's sleep. Let's hope that the night goes well. Yes, it's raining, but all's good. All's ready for us to continue our scavenging as usual. It's right in the name of the game. What did you expect? I hope you expected scavenging, because that's what you're gonna get, and we get our throat irritated. That's not a problem as long as it doesn't happen again. I think we get a sneaker right there. That's okay. Let's put it in here. Let's see. Sometimes, yeah, see, the scraps of paper have a broad spear and HVAC heated. What? I didn't know about this one. Let's keep it for future reference. Might come in handy. I don't really know. We got nothing interesting. Got some cell phone that we might as well carry with us. We got some sterilized water. I know about that. I know what that is. Drunk some water, and let's... Yeah, the lockpicks don't really last all that long. Got some tarp. Not the most rich of loots, but whatever. Got some bow with strap. Compound bow. That's a compound bow. Seriously. Can't stop just one. Yes, okay. Okay, so our cart situation is getting a bit dire, and that's a stranger with a rifle and a backpack, and I don't want to mess with him, even though we have a rifle. And what the hell is that? Enfield horror. What the... Does he have something in his hand? What? Oh, these are his... I don't want that. I'm going to avoid that for now, because I'm not sure I want to deal with a dude with a gun or the Enfield horror, whatever that is. I don't really remember where the ATN compound, excuse me, or the Enclave or whatever is. It's still pretty early in the morning. We still can't see, despite the fact that, yes, these are planes. Nothing here. Squirrel right there, not interested. Or am I? I might be, actually. Let's cook this little dude. Let's first cut him up. Let's get our... Where is it? Where is it? Okay, there it is. Oh. Some poor meat for us to eat. But better than nothing. It's better than nothing. Let's see if we can use... less than one turn. Let's see. Okay, good. Let's eat the squirrel. Not worth the trouble. Not worth the trouble at all. Okay, I think the Enclave is around these parts. I think these are a bit too dense a forest for a normal forest. Let's see if we can carry those binoculars. We can. Let's equip this. Black shirt, nothing interesting. Let's continue scavenging and hope that we find a card of some sort, because otherwise we'll need to craft a travois. Ships, good. Some crackers, good. Elsewise, nothing interesting. Let's see. Let's hope that this is indeed the Enclave. And I think it is. Let's surround this region. Let's hope that it is indeed the Enclave. Nope, not anything worthwhile. Let's... Oh, we got a bow right there with crude arrows inside. Let's see, we got a 4mm ghost rifle. Oh, we need a 4mm ghost rifle. And a broken bottle. You don't really need recipes for that sort of useless item. It's like a recipe for how to break a bottle. Smash it against the wall. No kidding. No kidding. But anyway, things are what they are. I'm not really complaining. I am complaining a lot. I keep complaining because that's who I am. I am a complainer. I whine about stuff all the time. When a game isn't as good as I like it, I complain. When a movie isn't as deep as I'd like it. See, this must be the whatever, the Enclave or whatever. It must be. And let's see. Oh, there it is. The forest here has eyes. More than a few times now, you could swear you've seen something in the periphery. You never do catch it, but it's there. You're in a forest and something is watching you. You're almost certain of it. Okay, let's hope that we're not wrong in this, because there's also other encounters that where things watch us. Let's scan the area with our binoculars. Stop moving and start looking carefully into the endless foliage. Your eyes dart from one place to the next, trying to take in all the distant shapes of the forest. You see nothing unusual, however, and the fleeting images at the edge of your vision, whatever they are, seem to be either gone or invisibly waiting for your next move. You're in a forest and something is watching you. Yes, let's continue into the forest and hope that we don't die, because seriously, it's never easy. Whatever. Okay, good. Whatever this thing can go stuff in itself, you're going in. Plodding onward, all seems still again. You begin to wonder if what you saw was your mind playing tricks on you, or maybe you passed into and then out of a creature's territory. Your thoughts are interrupted when you notice something a ways off to your side. It's humanoid in shape and wearing clothes, but it also has a face as white as plaster, with raccoon-like blackness where its eyes should be. It's staring right at you, and it makes your neck chill. Okay, so this description right here isn't very friendly. It looks like a ghost, but I'm going to try and call out to it, because I think we're at the right place. I think this is the Enclave. We could get ready to fight, but I think this is the Enclave. Trying not to tip the scales toward hostilities, you call out to it. In return, it raises a hand palm towards you. Several more appear simultaneously in a wide circle around you, seemingly from nowhere. Stranger, says the first, you have entered protected lands. What are your intentions? Peaceful. We are peaceful. We mean you no harm. I don't mean any harm, you say. The figure speaks again. We will take you to speak to one of our elders. You must wear this. It holds up a blindfold and restraints. Okay. And you will wait for the instructions. One of them fixes the blindfold over your eyes. Meanwhile, your hands are bound behind your back. Despite the restraints, the whole process proceeds without any unnecessary force. You seem to be handled with both caution and respect. You're turned in place and led forward towards the forest. Minutes of silent traveling later, you begin to hear sounds. Not forest sounds, but people sounds. Tools being worked, a crack from a fire. Voices startle you from your restrained listening. Your captors are talking, but not in English, not in anything you recognize. One of them calls out, and a distant voice responds. It sounds like you're entering a camp of some kind. You smell wood burning, your arrival causes a stir, and you stop moving for a moment. More talking. You're turned in place a bit, and then taken away from the heat of the flame for a while. Finally, your journey stops, your bindings and blindfold removed. As the blurriness clears, you see that you're in a village. Dome-like buildings surround a great fire with equal parts animal hide and repurposed junk for walls and shelter. Around the village, a mix of regular folk and chalk-faced warriors go about their business. Many are more than casually interested in your arrival. Yeah, I'd bet. A foreigner. Someone who's found their enclave. Who's ventured into a big forest and look at that. Look at that. You're taken to a meeting area near the Great Fire. The Great Fire capitalized right there, so it must be really great fire. In front of you, a portly, middle-aged woman stands by one of the warriors. Her jacket is the color of a sunset against which is silhouetted a majestic gray crane. Hey man, she says. Pretty crazy gig we got here, right? She looks around as if arriving here with you for the first time. Oh, she reaches a hand forward. Michelle, I usually get roped into talking to strangers, to foreigners. Sorta comes with a badge. She points her thumb at the crane. A G-Jack what? A G-Jack do-dum. Come on, she turns towards the village. Let's walk. A small entourage in tow, you walk idly towards the fire. I gotta ask, Michelle begins. You know a Philip? She's being careful not to telegraph too much, but you can tell this is the big thing on her mind. Yeah, no kidding. She just met a complete stranger, and the first thing she asks, you know a Philip? Yeah, that's me. I get the feeling that she's friendly. My name's Philip Kindred, you reply. Does that count? I knew it! She pumps her fist like she just won a bet. Old Ghostface McStaverson back here had you figured out for a grave robber. Yeah, what's with the Ghostface? Oh, is that... No. I don't mean to be rude or anything. Okay, I'm going for that. Ghostface, you ask. Oh, him? Nah, he's alright. You'd have to be pretty bad for him to slit your throat. I see, you say, uncomforted. No kidding. It's the talisman, she points to your bauble. My bauble? No point to it. What? That's rude. What? Oh! Right, Okay, so you may not remember, but I'm wearing something around my neck. It's a bauble. We saw it in previous episodes. And, yeah, it's something that we had when we awoke. Yeah, we got a few looters, she says. We got a few looters stealing artifacts like that. Pisses him right off. Luckily for you, though, I know you. She reaves you. You know me? So let's ask about the people, though. Who are these people? Where am I? You got it, she quips. What? Sorry, inside joke. Some of the warriors grumble. This is the Anishinaabe tribal nation, ATN. That's right. I was right in my wording of the abbreviation when we first encounter their warrior. She sweeps her arm and grandiosely, a bit like an alliance of former tribes from the area, Odawa, Ojibwe, and Potawatomi people. My ancestors were Ojibwe, though you probably heard it more often said Chippewa, Ojibwa, if you can picture it being bastardized like that. Anyway, as things fell apart in Michigan, yes, that's Michigan, that's the state. Sorry I didn't look it up, but now I know, that's Michigan, we are in Michigan. Anyway, as things fell apart in Michigan, the tribes decided to form an alliance on the old Isabella Res. Get back to our roots, rebuild, that sort of stuff. She looks around in admiration. Nice to have the land back, if you know what I mean. So, you know me? Yeah, she exclaims. Well, no, not personally. Here, she steers you towards the hut. Warm light spills from within and she draws back a flap to reveal a mixture of handmade and recycled furnishings. Michelle reaches over a cluttered desk and pulls a frame down from amidst dried roots, photos, and other mementos on the wall. She hands you the frame to you. You hold the frame up, examining the yellowed photograph. It appears to be a newspaper clipping, done in that old small-town print where the colors don't line up. It's you, or at least someone who looks just like you. You've been here before, she says, looking over your shoulder. And check out the talisman. You look incredulously at her for a moment, then closer at the photo. Sure enough, you're wearing the talisman. The photo's caption reads, "Local website editor rekindles interest in native history." You flip the frame over looking for more, but there is only one thing scrawled on the back. September 2019. My turn, she says. Where you been hiding since this? She holds up the photo. And more importantly, how come you don't look any older? Okay, tell her about the Gyges Cry facility. Ever heard of it? Might as well cut the chase. I guess that explains a few things, she blunders. Unfortunately, you continue, I can tell you much more than that. I can't remember anything before coming out of cryo. It's like the hibernation wiped my memory. She still looks deep in thought. Yeah, we don't know the date. How long ago was that? Or how long ago was this? How long ago was this taken? What year is it now? Michelle looks over the features of your face a moment. Yeah, I figured you might ask something like that. You hardly look a day older. She turns the frame back. You see that guy there? She indicates a young man, maybe in his 20s or 30s. That was my dad, she says. Is that time to raise me, grow old, and pass on since then? She's probably in her 40s, if you had to guess. What's that make it, 50 years ago? Ish? Sensing your confusion, she lets out a psh. Yeah, wild, huh? What is this talisman? So wait, do you know anything about the talisman? This is getting more complicated, not less. Know anything about it? My man, we made it for you. Well, sort of. You just stare dumbfounded. Oh, this is good. She seems delighted at your confusion. Let me explain. She begins faking bad English. It's a protective talisman, she starts. Some ancestors carried pieces of copper for both luck and protection. This one, she points at yours, you brought to us. My father said you were hiding from a spirit and that you needed protection from it. She continues, the symbol isn't ours, I don't recognize it, I'm not sure where you got it. But my father asked the Maidwinini of Nukedodam, you call them medicine men, to give this talisman power to protect you. The spirit wouldn't harm you while it was on. It was a powerful ritual, she recalls. It's one of the events my father recounted on several occasions. She points at the talisman again. That thing was a big deal around here. Why am I in this photo? Man, your brain was really fried, huh? This was like your thing back then. What's that? What thing? Well, it's like the caption says, you used to run a website. A website? You're not sure whether to believe or to be relieved or disappointed. Yeah, and like I said, you were into it. She starts digging through some papers. It was like a huge collection of unexplained happenings, creature sightings, hauntings, mass extinctions, like, real conspiracy nut stuff. Whatever she's seeking wasn't into the first pile. She moves to another. Except, you treated it pretty scientifically, like cross-referenced and fact-checked and stuff. Here we go. She pulls a 3-ringed binder from under some papers. Not the whole thing, mind you. This would take up this room, and we'd print it out if we printed it all out. She hands it to you. This is the entry you had on our tribe's histories. You flip the cover open and find it filled with musty yellowed paper. The print is in good shape though. Prophecy of the Seven Fires reads the first page. Skimming over it, the text refers to world mythology and to Anishinaabe people, the keepers of the fires, Ojibwe, Odawa, and Potawatomi tribes. It's an article, like an academic research paper, citations lit at the bottom referencing long-forgotten websites and publications, and up in the left corner a logo, the New Earth Ostracon. The other pages are similar, talking about topics relevant to the Anishinaabe people, things like the turtle-shaped island, Nonaboshabzwabrdum, the Dudum system of clans, and yeah, you're really keen on tracking propagation. Like, you had this whole section connecting dots between similar instances, timelines, even the correlation of rumors and occurrences. My father, though, he was just thrilled that our oral tradition was being shared again, and with everyone in the world. That was a pretty big deal to him. Did I write all this, you ask? This is a lifetime's work, this. Nah, I think we're just a curator. A lot of this was written by readers. To hear my father tell it, you were big into the way these ideas evolved, and some crazy theory about how they were all connected. You turned to her expectantly. That's when you said you started to run into trouble. You were a welcome visitor here, of course, but you came here for help. Oh? Maybe we're getting somewhere. Help with a talisman to protect you from a spirit. A spirit? Did you say a spirit? She holds up her palms. Hey man, your words, not mine. My father said you were talking about something hunting you. For what? What did I do? Don't ask me. I don't even know if you told my father. Well then, what was the spirit? Oh man, my father probably could have told you. I mean, you had some pretty scientific instructions, and not all of them were germane to us, if you get my drift. Germane? What do you mean, like foreign? Yeah, this thing you were running from, it wasn't ripped from the pages of our history, if you know what I mean. We've never seen or heard of it. Still, she concedes, some spirits are like that, not everyone sees them the same. Can you help me get rid of it? Worth a shot, right? Me? Probably not, she concedes. Your hopes take a dive. I'm not even sure the people could do it. You mean the Anishinaabe? The Anishinaabe? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's just a word for the people. Anishinaabe, actually, for plural. Anyway, this is a spirit from someplace else. So what now? Suppose I want to get rid of this thing chasing me, because, I do. What next? Well, somehow you got its attention, right? I mean, something made you seek us out when you did, and not before. You're thinking whatever that was might be a clue? Totally, she thinks a minute. You did come to us after your work on that website, the New Earth Ostracon thing. So spirits don't like the internet? Think about it a second. You had to knock on a fair number of doors to get that info, right? Probably disturbed more than one spirit digging up that data. So we've narrowed it down to any paranormal occurrence listed on a website, trying to list every single one in history? Yeah, now you're getting it. She shakes You shake your head. Seriously though, she holds up a binder. We printed off a section, and this place ain't exactly high tech, you know? I'm thinking there's gotta be a more complete copy out there somewhere. You mean like a cyber cafe down the block? Jeez, man, stop being such a downer. Sorry. Optimism is a lot to work these days. So is being mopey all the time. It's out there, she says. Has to be, I mean, this data was on everyone's computer at one point, right? At least everyone who contributed to it. That's true. It can't be wiped out from everywhere. And if it is, then you're screwed, Phillips. That brings a smile to your face. Well, at least we agree on that. Come on, she says. Let's show you around. She starts heading towards the Great Fire. You're standing in the Anishinaabe tribal nation's gathering area by the Great Fire. Around you, you see an area where people are sharing a meal together and a trader of goods. Oh, can trade. That's good. Further away, you see a cluster of huts near a sweat lodge where Joe, the Nook Midewinini, I can't say these names. They're too foreign to me. Sorry. Tends to be sick and wounded. Okay, let's visit Joe. Let's sit for a meal and let's browse the trading post. Let's see. You head towards a cluster of tents near the edge of the camp by the forest. Patients reside here, helping to tend the area, many of whom are in rehabilitation from drug addiction and other conditions. Warriors are more visible here, keeping the peace in an area where frustration and desperation can overcome the healing. Ahead is an oblong dome hut from which steam emanates into the cold air. A man adorned in bear symbols seemed to be preparing the hut. This is Joe Midewinini of Nukedudem. Asks Joe to treat illness. Let's see. Clean and dress wounds will not have... Okay. Good, we received a sweat lodge treatment. In Anishinaabe medicine, much of the focus is on purifying the body and the spirit. The role of heat, smoke, and steam is to infuse the patient with spiritual energy, believed to be symbolized when smoke and steam emanate from sacred items. In the sweat lodge, Joe conjures the spiritual energy, the spirit of the earth, by pouring water on heated stones. The steam and burning sage fills the room and your lungs, replacing negative energies with positive. There is an indirect science to the medicine as well. Having observed the animals' words' interactions with nature, certain plants and animals have been singled out for their healing properties. Bear root boiled in water to extract the medicine can have restorative effects. Some have even reported illnesses waning under its effects. That's nice. Chewing on the root and sipping the tanning tea, your body gains a newfound energy for combating illness. And thank Joe for this. You thank Joe for his time and his help, and then leave the lodge. Let's sit down for a meal. You approach the long table and find an open place on the bench. The food here is plentiful and appears to be a mix of roasted and dried meats, roasted corn and maize, baked squash and beans. There is also an assortment of berries and other fruit. Overall, the meal is hearty, with diverse flavors and savory and sweet. It fills your stomach briefly, allowing your mind to wander from minute to minute survival. And we're pretty sated. The feeling here is one of the sharing and respect. Visitors to the table are asked to pay respects to the animals that gave their meat, the three sisters, for their fruits, and all creation. In the distance, you see fields of crops, but also semi-trailers, sheets of tarp over frames, and other repurposed grow-ups for their food. You begin to understand the real sense of urgency that perimeter patrols must feel in watching over this place. The fine line they walk is keeping rubble scum out, but allowing peaceful travelers passage. Yeah, no kidding. This is the other city in Michigan. It's a bit of a different city, but we already took a meal. Let's browse the trading post. The trading post seems to be a place where travelers resupply and offload items which may be of use to the Anishinaabe. A large portion of the inventory appears to be handmade items from local materials and some scavenged goods. Pick up items or purchase them, or drop items to sell them. Yeah, we know that. Ooh. A Pearson, whatever, Yukon canvas backpack. That's great. And we got a travois that we might want, actually, because our cart is about to be destroyed. But then again, I don't know. Let's sell him this. Let's sell. Yeah. Let's not. Okay. Okay. Wait. Sorry. Okay. Okay. So I want my multi-tool over there. I want to sell this. I want to sell this. The rest of the stuff is good enough. I got some pistol bullets I don't need. I got some of this. I might as well keep it because I want to make some lockpicks. This is expensive enough that I want to sell it. Scraps of paper. And okay. Okay, well, we'll go over this next episode. I think that's about it for this episode. It's already running pretty long. I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been NEO Scavenger. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!